Here are a few Tobago goat racing history facts that you probably didn't know. You probably already know that the races are held on the first Tuesday after Good Friday or Easter Monday. But did you know that because the races were started in 1925, that date was likely April 14th, as that would have been the first Tuesday after Easter Monday? The races were not always held at the Buccoo Integrated Facility. In fact, the races began at one of the village streets, now called Chan Street. However, once Chan Street was paved and development occurred around the area, the racing was actually moved to an area called the Battery, which was quickly abandoned because the finish line had close proximity to overhanging cliffs. Did you know that the person who started the Buccoo goat races wasn't even from Buccoo? He was actually from Bethel, and he was actually originally from Barbados. His name was Callendar, and he was an overseer at the Grafton Estate. So how did he come up with this idea? Well, originally in Tobago, Easter time was associated with horse racing, but horse racing was really only open to a certain class of people. And Mr. Callendar was like, you know what? I think we could do this with some goats, you know. But Mr. Callendar, we go put jockey on the back of the goat. No. We go run with the goat at the side with one long rope. And thus, the poor man's racing event, Buccoo Goat Races, was born. Tobago goat racing was embraced by the masses early o'clock, and in March 1934, an article ran in the Tobago Times newspaper, which was a Scarborough-based newspaper, stating that goat race at Buccoo Point was supposed to be a bumper year that year. In fact, the article even quoted Mr. Callendar as saying, stakes for the races had been increased significantly, with 18 goats set to compete in the 1934 installment of the competition. That year, the goat races took place on April 2nd. But even before that, in 1930, there was an article run highlighting the fact that Buccoo Goat Races had begun and that the person who was the innovator of that was Mr. Callendar. Did you know that the goats can be seen at exercise every morning and evening at the main roads in and around Buccoo? This is not only a tradition but a strategy, as they are gradually transitioned from walking to running with the human jockey beside them. The jockeys prepare for months in advance to run down the 100-yard raceway barefoot. Did you know that crab racing was always a part of the Buccoo Goat Racing events? Members of the Buccoo Village Council have always been clear that crab races have always been a part of the activities. That means that in just 3 short years, not only will goat races be 100 years old in existence, but crab races as well. Did you know that Tobago has earned the moniker of Goat Racing Capital of the World? We got the title because not only does Tobago have the longest running goat racing in the world, but we also have a facility that can specifically accommodate goat racing. The last goat races took place in 2020, but in 2022, they are going to have a taste of Tobago where you can experience the goat racing. Click plus for more Tobago history content.